Hi, I think it is still the 24th. I'm in here cutting material. And I have decided I don't like what I was doing. I mean, I like it to a point, but some of the prettiest quilts were just the patchwork ones. So maybe that's what I'll do. I keep changing my mind, I know. I need to make it simple. And what I was doing with the strips, and then I'm not sure about that. I made it where it should have been a 6.5 inch square, and then I cut a bunch of 6.5 inch squares to go with it. But they're just not perfect. So I guess I got to remember they're not going to be perfect. But my daughter stopped in earlier to see. I wanted to show her this color that's going on and what I'm doing. Anyway, she likes all the pretty colors. So maybe I'll just do that. I don't know what I'm doing because really part of me wants to do that flannel for the backing and flannel for the batting. So you don't even need batting. And then the way you sew it, you're making a rag quilt. Well, I don't know that I want a rag quilt, but then again, it might be perfect because I know they're going to lay around on the couch and watch their games and this stuff, When it gets chilly, she starts wrapping up in her afghan. She might like a quilt. But anyway, so instead of just doing, see, I need to make it simple. And then, so what I was thinking, the 6.5 inch squares are bigger than the sewn product, where I made the 4-packs. Well, they're smaller than, they're just not even Steven, and I haven't took them back and cut more off. But so I just decided I'm just going to make 6-inch squares. So by the time they're sewn up, they'll be 5.5 inches. But they'll be bursts of color, real pretty color. Especially for Jessie. I think she likes the cool colors. So like this blue. And I was thinking about purple. I didn't ask her or anything, but I don't know. And then I saw another quilt that was kind of done like, I don't know if it's something you would do a mug rug. What it is you make for instance, it does not have to be the 8x8, but it seems like, or even the 6x6, what I got going on here. You take this is something different, okay? They're taking the square, however it is, if you made a design in it or not, or if it's just plain, there's the 6-inch square is what I'm going to do, but I know they did 8-inch. But the point is, you do it 1 inch larger all the way around for the back part. And then what you do is you're going to, especially if you quilt as you go, because that's what you would do, is you would be making it where you're not going to have to go back and quilt it later. But what they also did was just like the mug rugs where you bind them, self-binding. So the backing, that's 1 inch bigger all the way around, you're going to end up folding it in. You'll fold it in on itself, and it'll be the binding for a mug rug. But it's also the binding for your quilt square. So you just make all these quilt squares, and then there's got to be a way, whether it be sewing them by hand or whatever, to sew them together. And then it's got your batting and I know some people are doing sashing, and I don't know how to do that yet. But I did like the way that looked, where it had its binding all the way around. It made a nice little picture frame around that square. And then I do think that some people are just stitching them by hand. I don't know that my hands can do that. I'm having a hard time right now because I hurt myself. When my sewing machine jammed up, and I was trying to get it unjammed, and I was twisting that thing as hard as I could. Oh my God, now I'm hurting. I'm hurting all through here. So, don't do that. Okay, so I'm just going to do 6-inch squares, and that doesn't seem like it's really big. And then I think I might just do the 6-inch square, and then if you bind it, it's still going to be a 6-inch square. You won't lose anything. You won't have had to turn it inside out and lose that. But you'll get all these beautiful bursts of color. I like that. So I just make things more complicated than they need to be. And here I am without my glasses, but I can kind of see. I can kind of see what's going on. Anyway, we'll just have to see how it goes. And see, 6-inch squares, that's a good size for a coaster too. Instead of the 5-inch squares, I think the 6-inch square is a lot better. Okay, so we're going to get this back over here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to go to 13. So then what I would do is just get all kinds of these squares and sew them together, and then sew the strip to the next strip and make sure they don't match. But see, I can just continue to get some pretty material to go, I'll have it all go together. Of course, I don't know how they'll tell theirs apart. I'll have to put their name on it. See, oh, this belongs to Jessica. I don't know. I just have to make it to where it's simple, though. I can't have it be complicated. And I tend to get carried away, which means complicated. And we don't want that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're going to 10. Do, 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 do. Well, I bought that little ruler thinking I could use it for this rotary cutter, but it just doesn't have enough room to hold on to, and I'm holding on with my hand instead of my thumb. I've been holding on with my thumb, and it's like, that's not good. Okay. I am excited, though. And then what I need to do is probably get some material that's not solid to kind of go with it. But maybe not. I don't have the patience to do, because that is what it is making a bunch of mug rugs and stitching them together somehow. Somehow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to go to 12. I know I'm a little bit on the strange side, but that's okay. I think that's just hunky-dory. And I have come to the conclusion, I could be wrong, but it seems like all these solid colors, it doesn't matter which side is up. I think they're all the same. So far. We're got to quit doing that. I don't know how. You know, having a song stuck in your head, driving everybody else crazy. Because every time I come around, I'm singing it. Or not singing it even, as humming it. Mana mana do 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 do. Okay, this is. She turned the heater on, which we needed it. However, with my door shut, it's too hot in this little room. Mana mana. All right, come on. You know, when there's a shadow over things, and you can't really see. I know one thing. I'm either going to have to open the door or the window. I'm excited about my results. I mean, they're still not what I want them to be, but they sounded pretty damn good to me. I mean, if I'm remembering right, no, I haven't listened to my recording again. I recorded the visit with the doctor so that I can go back and listen to it again because, you know, I just don't remember it all. I've got all these great thoughts in my mind, but I want to make sure, I want to verify. But it sounds to me like, I mean, really, it sounds like everything is gone but a little piece. And there was lymph nodes before that were festering, and they're gone. And the thing in between my lungs is gone. And I don't know if that means gone all the way or, you know, or if it's just laying there dormant. But the whole idea is to kill cancer. You starve it till it dies, okay? I'm sweating. I'm going to have to get something else on. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 11. Mana, 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 mana. I think that's the Muppets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I just wanted to double check. But I do think that's a good idea. And then maybe I'll make some squares in there that are psychedelic is not the right word, but you know, it would kind of seem that way. Kaleidoscopish. Is that a word? Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on 10. Yeah, I had some pizza earlier, and so now I'm experiencing heartburn. And that pizza was pepperoni. You know, pepperoni and cheese, both of those put out grease. And then I didn't eat all the crust. But nevertheless, what am I trying to say? I got heartburn. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just excited. So now I've got different prospects. So I'm thinking about hot pink. Hot pink and this blue would look good together. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. Yeah, I got heartburn pretty bad. My goodness. Okay, so with the pizza, not just the cheese and the pepperoni, I also had red peppers on there. You know, shake on the red peppers. So it's creating a nice little environment for whatever it is I was saying. Heartburn, heartburn. And these things work pretty good. Can you see them? And it wasn't that long ago that I ate. So anyway, I'm having definite effects. We'll see if one will work. If not, I'll have another. All right, well, I'm excited about that. I've already got red. See, like, I don't know if you guys have paid attention, but I don't like stripes. And I don't know that I like the design that I made, the 4-pack. I was just trying to get some variation and trying to make it easy too. So, I think those are beautiful. And yes, I tend to go a little bit overboard. So what am I going to do? I know. I'm just all into it. Okay, so update. I don't know if I did a video today. I might have, but I might not have. So, SCW. I can't think and chew gum at the same time, right? All right. I think I still have it playing. I've got Eureka playing in the other room. I like that show. I don't know how many seasons. There might have been 5. But I enjoyed that show. It made me laugh. I liked Warehouse 13 too. I had that come on the TV the other day, so I started watching that again. It's been a long time. Eureka was kind of interesting because they had a lot of inventions that you just don't see all the time. They were a community of scientists, kind of like a, I mean, I can't say that for sure, but up there where my dad lived, Kennewick, they call it the Tri-Cities. And so you've got Pasco, Kennewick, and Richland. Well, Richland, those three cities, I'm not sure, but what it is Pasco was the poorer part, Kennewick is mediocre, and Richland was for the rich. And all the scientists up there, I can't remember what the name of that place is, but there is a place up there where a community of scientists, they worked at this facility. And so they all lived in Richland. And it just kind of reminds me of that. Let's see. 6. Okay, on 11. It's a place up there that I think it had a nuclear meltdown years ago. I just don't know the name of it. Ow. I really hurt my stuff. Yeah, so I'll have to look at some more material. I think that blue-green is going to go really good with this. I love blue and green together. Kind of like your, I know I've said it before, marine blue. The blue-green. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 17. I'm so in love with you. Well, I didn't do a very good job on that. All right, well, that's a drag. Drag, drag, drag. Where are those scissors at? I guess I can count myself lucky. I haven't done that much. Ow. Yeah, my wrist doesn't want to work. Excuse me, goodness gracious, Charlie Brown. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 13. Well, I hope you guys that were asking those questions about how to thread your machine and stuff, I hope you went and looked it up. Go to YouTube and do a search, and surely something will pop up and show you how to do it. There's so much stuff on YouTube. Yes, I need to get me an Alexa, but then again, if I told her to sing me something, I'd have to shut you off. Because then they would copyright me. You're copyrighted. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 14. to the side again. Damn it. Have to be patient. Okay, let's see. I know, I should get in bed. But then again, if I go to bed, I'll probably lay there and not go to sleep. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyway, people, I guess I was going to give an update, and I don't think I did. I know I'm not talking about the cancer treatments or anything. I'm talking about my sewing machine adventure. Okay, the sewing machine I got from that woman, it jammed up, and I couldn't get it to run again. Maybe if the oil seeps in good, it'll start, but right now it's on the ground. Then I started using my daughter's sewing machine, and I had nothing but problems with probably the tension, and it's probably sat a long time too, but it kept breaking my thread, and it kept getting stuck in the tension thing and breaking the thread. And then when it wasn't doing that, it was gathering up the material behind the needle. So as I'm sewing, it's gathering up all the material. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, perfect. Okay, let's make sure. I lay my love on you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. That's number 15. Okay. So this blue material, I got 2 bolts of 3 yards each. So I have cut all of the first bolt. Then I have the other bolt sitting there. Not just sitting there. It's been washed. It's been folded and ironed a little bit. But this is 3 yards. And it's double folded, okay? Because it would be twice as long on the bolt. But I do think, for the most part, I'm just going to do squares. And then, you know what I could do. But I don't want to. Been seeing a lot of different things. So they take it on the diagonal. They put the ruler on the diagonal and they draw a line. And then you're supposed to do a 1/4 inch seam on either side of that line. And then you cut down the line and you've got 2 pieces, 2 squares that have triangles. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, I probably should get ready for bed. I wonder what time it is. I'm feeling a little tired. Ouch. And I keep pulling something in my neck. Well, there's just this much left. I should probably go ahead and cut that. That's 1 piece. It's 4 pieces, but it'll be 1. In other words, I've been cutting 4 pieces at a time. Okay, so there's 1. But I am feeling mighty hungry now, all of a sudden. All of a sudden. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Okay, so I never finished. All right. So, I mean, I worked hard. I got it threaded correctly. Both of the machines. Okay. The one I got from that woman that gave me the material, it worked really good for a while, but it really wasn't a very long while. And I know it needs service is what it needs. It's kind of like disposable things. When you can get something cheaper than it costs to fix it, then you just go get a brand new one. So that's what I had in my mind that I was going to go do. And it's probably not a very big sewing machine, but Walmart has one, unless it's not on sale anymore, for $36, $37, but it's, a small machine. Okay, well, anyway, so we'll get back to the update. I brought a sewing machine with me from Washington. A woman had given me that also. When I was with Dad, I put an ad out on the Pay Nothing page and told him I needed a sewing machine. And then this woman got a hold of me. Well, anyway, it's been in the back of my car. And I texted my grandson this morning and asked him if he could come and, when he left the house, if he could come over and get that out of the car. Because it's too heavy for me to be carrying. And it's across the street, too. But anyway, he came over and got it for me. It's really nice. I mean, wow. I mean, nicer than I remember. Very nice machine. But then I didn't know if it was going to work, just like the other ones, But it did. I mean, I had the owner's manual, and I had to go through the owner's manual to figure out how to thread it and how to do the bobbin. And the bobbin is a drop-in bobbin. So you can see it. I mean, when you're going to run out of thread, you can see it pretty good. It's not like it's at the bottom. It's not like under here where you can't see what's going on. Dum, da, da, dum. Do, 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 do. Bring back memories. Bring back you. Yeah, I'm feeling hungry. See, what I did was I had a piece and a half of pizza. And what I did was I like it to be smaller going in my mouth. So I cut the piece of pizza in half. So I had 1.5 pieces of pizza. And then what I did was I shared a lot of the bread part with the dog. So when it gets right down to it, I didn't eat a heck of a lot of the pizza. So my body's saying, hey, feed me. I want some food. Earlier in the week, I boiled some eggs because I figured that would. They're good for you, first of all, and then, like right now, I could go down and have a boiled egg or a glass of milk. Probably a glass of milk. Do, 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 do. All right. I don't know. Some things look pretty until I got different material, and then the other ones didn't look as pretty. It's like, okay. No, these really vibrant colors are cool. And I guess cool is the right word, because they're cool colors. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to be on 15. But yeah, I can tell I need something in my belly. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Five, 6, 15 again. Okay. I know I need more black. Could have swore I ordered 2 bolts, but I only got 1. And of course, that is cut up. I think I cut the rest of it up today. La, 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 la. Anyway, I'm just so excited because I was able to, I mean, I had to sit there and read the book. That's part of it, you know, we want to sit down and just do it without having to go through the manual. But I went ahead and went through the manual, even though my head was hurting. And my brain was hurting. Okay, now it's going to be on 13. So I was able to, my bobbins worked that I had already done. But I followed the instructions and the picture diagram, even though my eyes are not letting me see that well. Got the bobbin done. And then got the top part done. And not just that, it's different. The thing that holds the thread is horizontal. The horizontal bop. Do, 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 do. Bring back memories, bring back you. La, 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 la. Do, 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 do. Okay, let's see if we can do this. We're on 17, so we're going to go to 11, I bet. We'll see. Do, 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 do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jessie sounded like she might be ill. I hope not. She said her body was aching and her eyeballs were even hurting. Like a fever. I tell you what, nothing can make you appreciate your health more than being sick. I mean, as long as you get well. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We needed 12. I think I was even pregnant with Jessica. Of course, I was only pregnant. Anyway. I can remember I was sick, I bet a whole week, at least 5 days. So sick. I imagine throwing up and diarrhea and all that good stuff. And I almost think I was pregnant. Anyway, all I know is when I finally felt well, I just felt wonderful. Because you can tell the difference, can't you? You get a fresh reminder of how bad things could be. Do, 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 do. Dum, da, da, dum. Do, 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 do. Okay, let's just... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just barely. Okay, I am feeling tired, so I should probably shut down. Okay. See, I've already got a bunch of the red done, so I think I'll leave that alone for now. I'll show you. Anyway, those are all cut into 6 by 6, 6-inch squares. And by the time it's, you know, if I did just a 1/4-inch seam, by the time that is done all the way around, I would take up a 1/2 inch. So it would be a 5.5-inch square. About. It might be a little less because it depends on how my seams are. But I think that's a perfect size block. And maybe instead of a 1/4-inch seam, I'll at least do a 3/8. And for now, I'm not sure. Because that might be the thing to do. See, when I was telling you about the you have your piece of material, you put that on the bottom. No, not the bottom. This would go on the top, and then you'd have a piece of batting the same size. And then you would have whatever color your backing is going to be, you would have that 1 inch bigger all the way around. Okay, not just 1 inch one way, but all the way around. Because you're going to want to fold it over and then fold it over and sew it down. And I really did like that quilt. And that's a way that you could quilt each square. You could get each square done and then put the binding around it, and then you're just going to stitch it together. I don't know if I don't want to do it by hand. So I'm not sure how they put it together. Because they probably had young hands that didn't have owies. It's not owies, but it hurts to use them. Okay, so I have a stack. And I did a stack of red earlier. So I'm going to go put this red up, and this blue up. And they've been washed, and they're ready to go. Pretty, pretty. So pretty, it almost looks like velvet. But it's just cotton material, cotton fabric. Okay, I'm going to shut her down. What time is it anyway? Oh, it's still the 24th. Ow. In other words, it's 11:30-ish. 11:35. So, I am going to... Oh, those need to be done too, huh? I'm thinking about leaving those single. That's why they're there. I'm starving. I'm going to have to go do something about that. Maybe I'll just leave that there. And I got blue and red and black and brown and green. It's a Harvard blue, but it looks like green. So I don't know. I'm just excited, that's all. And it's good to get excited. Need something exciting in your life. Yes, I need to go put that away. I'm going to have to go out there anyway. Yes, I have to go take care of some hunger pains. My poor little baby. Okay. I've got to find my, you know, when you move, I'm just not sure where all my paperwork is. I thought it was in here, but things kind of get lost over time. I'll have to clean out the drawers. In other words, I got the title to my car somewhere, and I need to get it. Because my car actually only has one more week before it expires. I need to talk to Nancy is what I need to do. Okay, people. Peace out. Take care of yourself. Be kind. There is a reason for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It's very important. It's not just a bunch of evangelists trying to get your money or something. They don't pass around a collection plate. You are supposed to pay tithing, but you don't do it in a plate. I mean, and you do it of your own free will. But there's a reason for the organization. There's a reason. And it has to do with your purpose in life. We have a reason to be here. And we have a place where we're headed. And right now I'm going to head downstairs and find some food. So, take care, people. I'll be back. I know I took a break. And then all I have been doing is fumbling around with this sewing machine business. And what I started to tell you is, okay, so we got the sewing machine out of my car. And I was able to get the bobbin done, and I was able to, I read the stuff and followed the instructions, and the spool of thread goes on this way. But anyway, I was so thrilled that I actually was able to sew. It didn't gather up. It didn't break my thread. It just went real nice and smooth, and actually it'll go really fast too, so you got to be careful. I'm not used to that, but it definitely will speed right along. But the neatest thing was that it did not bunch up my material, and it did not break my string, my thread. So here's to great days ahead. I hope it continues to be like that. So the other two machines, I hate to say it, but the other two machines, as far as I'm concerned, I just throw them away. However, just need someone who knows what they're doing. And I got a feeling I just need to oil it a lot better and let the oil get in there and see if it can do anything. But when you look at the difference in that machine and my machine, it's like, wow. And the one the lady gave me when I was in Kennewick. 99 different stitches, I guess. It'll do all kinds of things. I have no idea. All I've ever, I mean, I was doing bowl cozies on it. And I was going to do, and I did do a little bit of those hanging towels. I mean, I had the intention of doing that, and then I got distracted. And then I didn't do any of it. I wanted to do aprons. I still might, or maybe just for my own self or for my family. You know, because, no, I'm not into sewing and sewing unless I had something just wonderful and I had orders for it and it was easy. It has to be easy. But I think these quilts might be really cool. And they are not velvet, so, I mean, they'll be fine on the couch. But I just have to figure out exactly what I want to do. Because the rag quilt thing is good too. But I think you'd need a bigger square. Because when all said and done, you're going to sew up a 1/2 inch seam all the way around, and it's going to take a bunch of your material. So 6 inches, that's 2 inches. So you would end up with, it's almost like you would end up with 4-inch squares. Well, that's just not very much. So anyway, I'm not going to do that. Take care. Sweet dreams. I know you guys will get it in the morning and you won't be needing to dream. But here's the other thing. We can daydream sometimes, you know. I like dreaming, 'cause dreaming can make you mine. I have to learn how to dream. So anyway, like I said, I believe I already said it. Sweet dreams. And I'm going to go have me some too. All right, take care.